The envelope felt heavier than it should have, not because of its size, not because of its weight in paper, but because of what it carried. $10,000. Enough to change a life. Enough to save one. Arman Ria stood frozen on the front steps of the grand house, his fingers trembling slightly as he stared at the thick brown envelope in his hand. Behind him, the late morning sun cast long shadows across the quiet street, but inside him, a storm raged louder than anything the world could hear. His 7-year-old daughter, Meher, clutched his other hand tightly, her small fingers wrapped around his as if she could feel the war inside him. He had found the envelope an hour ago, just lying there near the bus stop bench where he sat every morning, pretending not to worry about the rent he couldn't pay. No name. No note. Just money. A miracle, it seemed. Or a test, and now he was here, standing in front of the house where he believed it belonged. Before we dive deeper into this story, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of doing the right thing even when it hurts, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel, Act of Kindness. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that need them most. Arman's life had not always been like this. There was a time when he woke up without fear. When mornings meant coffee, laughter, and plans for the future instead of calculating how long he could stretch a few coins. Back then, his small auto repair shop had been thriving. His hands were always dirty with grease, but his heart had been clean and light. Then came the accident. One rainy night, one reckless driver, and everything collapsed in a matter of seconds. His wife, Sana, never made it home. The grief hollowed him out. The bills followed. Medical expenses, debts, the shop closing down, everything piled up until Arman could barely breathe under the weight of it all. And through it all, Meher remained. Small, fragile, yet stronger than he felt most days. She became his reason to keep going, even when hope felt like a luxury he could no longer afford. They moved into a modest rented portion of a house owned by a woman named Shahnaz Qureshi. She was known in the neighborhood as strict, distant, and unyielding when it came to rent. No excuses. No delays. Arman had managed to keep up at first, taking odd jobs, repairing bikes on the roadside, anything to earn enough, but the past 2 months had been brutal. Work dried up. Expenses grew. Meher fell sick for a week, and what little savings he had disappeared into medicine and doctor visits. Rent was overdue, 2 months now, and Shahnaz had made it clear. One more week, or they were out, and then, this morning, the envelope point $10,000. Enough to cover rent for months. Enough to start again. Enough to breathe. Arman had sat on that bench for a long time, staring at it. Meher had watched him quietly, sensing the weight of the moment without fully understanding it. He had opened it, counted it, closed it again. His heart had raced with possibilities, but his conscience had whispered something stronger. It doesn't belong to me. The words had slipped out before he even realized he had spoken them, and now, standing at Shahnaz Qureshi's door, he took a deep breath and knocked. The door opened after a moment, revealing a woman in her late 50s, dressed sharply, her silver hair neatly styled. Her expression was composed, almost cold. As she looked at him, Arman felt his throat tighten, but he forced himself to speak. He extended the envelope toward her, his hand slightly shaking. He told her everything. How he found it. Where it was. How he believed it must belong to someone in the neighborhood, perhaps even her. He spoke with honesty, not embellishing his struggles, not hiding them either. His voice carried the quiet dignity of a man who had lost much but refused to lose himself. Shahnaz listened without interrupting, her eyes fixed on him, unreadable. Meher looked up at her father, then at the woman, then back at the envelope, her small face filled with curiosity and concern. She didn't fully understand money, but she understood need. She knew they were struggling. She knew her father had been worried, and yet, he was giving it away. The silence stretched, then Shahnaz took the envelope. For a brief moment, Arman felt a strange emptiness, as if he had just let go of the one thing that could have changed everything. But alongside it came something else, something steadier. Peace. Shahnaz opened the envelope and glanced inside. Her expression didn't change, but something shifted in her eyes. A flicker. A question. She looked back at Arman. He braced himself. Maybe she would thank him. Maybe she would simply close the door. Maybe nothing would change at all, but what happened next shocked him, and everyone who would later hear the story. Shahnaz stepped aside and gestured for them to come in. The house was elegant, filled with warm light and carefully chosen decor. It felt like a different world compared to the cramped room Arman and Meher called home. He hesitated, unsure, but she insisted with a slight nod. They stepped inside. She led them to the living room and asked them to sit. Arman perched on the edge of the sofa, uncomfortable, while Meher stayed close, still holding his hand. Shahnaz disappeared briefly and returned with a glass of water for Arman and juice for Meher. The gesture was unexpected. He took the glass with a quiet thank you, unsure of what was coming. Then she sat across from them, and for the first time, Her expression softened. She began to speak, not with the authority of a landlord, but with the weight of someone carrying her own story. She revealed that the envelope was indeed hers. She had dropped it earlier that morning while returning from the bank. It was meant for a transaction, something important, something she could not afford to lose. She paused, looking directly at Arman. She told him that she had been watching him, not in a suspicious way, but in a careful, observant one. She had seen him struggle, seen him leave early in the morning and return late, seen how he treated his daughter, with patience, with care, with love. She had noticed that despite his difficulties, he had never once tried to avoid her or lie about the rent, and now, this a man who couldn't pay rent returning $10,000 without hesitation. She leaned back slightly, her eyes still on him, and then said something that made Arman's heart stop. She told him that people often revealed their true character when faced with desperation. And he had just shown her his. What she did next left him speechless. She told him that his rent, past and future, was no longer his burden. At first, he didn't understand. The words didn't register. He blinked, confused, thinking he had misheard. But she repeated it, calmly, clearly. Not only was she forgiving the 2 months he owed, but she was also giving him time to rebuild, to find stability, to stand on his feet again without the constant fear of losing his home. Arman felt something break inside him, not in pain, but in release. The tension he had carried for months dissolved in an instant. His eyes filled with tears he had long held back. Meher looked at him, then at Shanaz, and smiled shyly, sensing that something good had just happened. But Shanaz wasn't done. She told him that she had connections, people who owned workshops, businesses. She said she could help him find steady work again, maybe even help him reopen something of his own someday. Not as charity, she clarified, but as an investment in someone who had proven he deserved a chance. Arman could barely speak. Gratitude swelled in his chest, overwhelming, humbling. That morning, he had walked to her door expecting nothing. Perhaps a thank you. Perhaps nothing at all. Instead, he walked out with something far greater than money, hope. The days that followed began to change, slowly but surely. True to her word, Shanaz introduced him to a friend who owned a repair garage. It wasn't glamorous, but it was steady work. Honest work. The kind Arman understood. He threw himself into it with everything he had. Every repaired engine, every tightened bolt, every satisfied customer became a step toward rebuilding his life. Meher returned to school, her laughter slowly returning to their small home. Evenings became lighter. Meals, though simple, felt fuller, and something else changed too. Arman began to believe again, not in miracles, not in luck, but in the quiet power of doing what's right, even when no one is watching. Especially then, months later, standing in the same street where he once found the envelope, he looked around and smiled faintly. Life was still not perfect. There were still struggles, still uncertainties. But there was also dignity, stability, and a future that no longer felt out of reach, and it all began with a choice. A simple, difficult choice to return something that wasn't his. If this story touched your heart, if it made you pause and reflect on the choices we make when no one is watching, please take a moment to like, share, and comment. Your engagement helps spread stories that remind us of the good still left in the world. And before we close, here's a special request. Comment the word integrity if you believe doing the right thing always matters, no matter how hard it is, because sometimes the smallest acts of honesty can create the biggest waves of change. And somewhere out there, someone might be waiting for a reason to believe again, just like Arman once was.